Good evening. Happy New Week. I have one more video that I wanted to do for you guys this week, but like I said, I got a little busy, a little hectic this week between work and wedding planning. So my last video was about being in ministry and being engaged or single, and this video is going to be about being a godparent or godparents and what does it really mean. Um, so I am a godmother of technically four, two girls, two boys. Um, my first godchild, I was 14 years old, had no clue what it was like to be a godparent, didn't know what it was like. I didn't know what it was to be a godparent. I just heard the term from my mother because my mother has tons of god kids. So I was friends with this girl. She was a senior in high school and she had just lost her mom and she was pregnant. She did not have a coat and it was really cold outside, and I gave her one of my coats and we became really good friends. And she had my goddaughter and asked me to be the baby's godmother. Yes, I was 14. I didn't have a job. I said yes. I didn't know no better. Not saying that I regret saying yes to my goddaughter because I love her, even though I wasn't able to provide for her like I would want to and be able to do anything for her. Because honestly, I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. I told you guys that this is a no lie zone. I have not laid eyes on my goddaughter in person. I've seen her grow up through Facebook because her mom moved out of North Carolina. Was I in school in North Carolina? Yeah, I was in school. Sorry. I moved back and forth from North Carolina for a while. Um, but so she is living in West Virginia now. And so I've never laid eyes on my goddaughter like in person. I've never like hugged her. Um I've talked to her on the phone here and there. I've sent her money for like birthdays and Christmas, asked her mom like what she wanted, what she needed, always like cashed out or whatever. But that's not what it's about being a godparent. What it is, I learned this with my two new little people. I was supposed to have five god kids, but that's a different story. My little people was born last year. They are 1 years old. They're twins. My best friend of God knows how many years, we've been best friends since Pampers. Um, she got pregnant, and I was the first person that she told. Um, but I never went through a class, but I know the meaning of being a godparent because I was trying to go through our church's baptism class. Even though my god kids did not go to church here, I couldn't go through the baptism class, even though I wanted to learn. But I did get some notes from somebody that went through the class, so I learned the real meaning of being a godparent. It's not about how much stuff you buy. It's not about how close you and the parent or the parents are. It's not about how cute they are, how much time you spend with them. It's not about none of that. For real, it's about how. So think of the first word. The first word is God, and then the second word is parent or godmother. How can you lead this child to Christ? When this child is going through or needs prayer, can you extend that prayer? Can you lead that child to Christ? Can you do that? Does that makes you an amazing God parent? So we have to be mindful when we're picking out our God kids or our kids godparents, because we got to be mindful. Can this person lead my child to Christ? If I was to die here tomorrow, will this person be able to take on the responsibilities of stepping into my shoes to be my child's um, parent in their life? Um, I thought about that because my mom is my cousin's godmother. My uncle passed away 8 years ago today, actually. Rest in peace. May he rest in peace. Um, my uncle, his name was Ezra, and he passed away um, unexpectedly, honestly. Very unexpectedly. But my mom, she has not skipped a beat when it comes to, even though that was her brother, she's still my cousin's godmother. And he was my godfather. So he has always been there for me. Even with him not being here today, he has always been there for me. Um, but so it's not just about how cute your godchildren are, or what you did, or what you bought for them for Christmas, what you bought for them for Christmas, for their birthday. It's about leading them to Christ. For real. Like, let's be real honest. It's about leading them to Christ. Can you, like, if they start cutting up and acting up, can you go and pray for them? Like, can you will them back in if their parents feel like they can't will them in? Can you will them back in and be like, no, that's not Christ like? Can can you take them to Christ? I'm sorry. I had been out to eat at two different restaurants today celebrating. Don't mind me what I got on and that stain, because that is not cute. But anyways, can you lead them to Christ? Can you be there for them physically, mentally, emotionally? You cannot be a godparent and can't be there for the child. If the child is struggling, you need to be there with them at every step of the way. It's not just their parents. You have that humongous responsibility to being there for the child. My last godchild goes to my church. She's a teenager. I think she's 12. She's either 12 or 13. She We had just got out of church, and I was sitting talking to the youth, asking them about, like, what did you guys learn today in youth church? Because I wasn't in there. And when they all walked away, she kind of came back. Like, well, after we had our conversation, I don't want it to seem like they just left me. No, they talked to me. So, um, she came back and she sat next to me and she was quiet for a minute. I said, Taisha, what's on your mind? She said, um, can you be my godmother? And I'm like, I said, you want me to be your godmother? She said, yeah. That right there put a humongous smile on my face and made me feel so joyous. Not only did she ask me, could I be her godmother? When I talked to her mom said that she asked me, could you be her godmother? Because I was like, I just wanted to let you know that such and such asked me to be her godmother. And she was like, she told me that she wanted you to be her godmother. I said, well, I told her yes. Um, I wasn't gonna just leave her out. I did tell her yes. Um, and it's because one Sunday, she did just lose her grandmother. One Sunday she was crying, and I just held her and I prayed for her. And I think, I told her, I said, whenever you need to talk, you can call me. I lost my grandmother in 2009 due to cancer. You can call me anytime that you want to just talk. So you're setting an example and a role for these children. You can't just go out looking any kind of way. No, because just like how kids represent you, you represent them kids. Like, I would be so embarrassed if I was to go out half dressed and my godchildren would see me inside the store looking any kind of way. Of course, my two little babies wouldn't understand exactly, what it means to be dressed, because they're one. They don't like clothes. They just want to be in a pamper and a t-shirt. Half the time, not even a t-shirt. But my two oldest babies, if they just see me going out any kind of way, I would be embarrassed. And they're young ladies. No, you have to set an example, lead, and walk that thing. So being a godparent is just like being a parent. You gotta structure that child, help structure and build that child so you can walk. So they can walk with you. So you can take them to Christ. So you can help them meet Christ. Tell them what's the right things to do and what's the wrong things to do. Like, lead them to Christ. That's what you're really supposed to be doing. It's not about, oh, look at my godchild, they so cute. Oh, look what I did. Look what I bought them. It is not about Gucci. It is not about Fendi. It is not about Prada. What did you teach that child? Did you take that child? Did you bring that child to Christ? So I just want you guys to remember that when you're getting ready to pick out your godchildren, when you're getting ready to pick them out, and when you get asked, do I fit these qualifications? Do you? Do you fit those qualifications? I know I had to work on myself for a minute. Them single years, them years that I was single, I think it was like 3.5 years, I lost myself. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I legit lost myself. But guess what? When sorry, I wasn't supposed to be saying nobody's name. When my best friend told me that she was pregnant, I was like, I'm not even gonna say, like, Lord, girl, what you gonna do? I didn't say what you gonna do. I said, I got you. What do you need me to do? I knew she wasn't married. I wasn't about to give her that lecture. She a grown woman, and she's very, she knows what to do. She got her stuff together. What do you need me to do? How can I help you? Do you need me to, talk to you? Do you need for me to pray for you? What do you need me to do? And now guess what? She got my back during this marriage thing. When I need to vent, that's who I call. I'd be like, look, I got a headache. I just need to vent. But so once again, do you have those qualifications, and do that person have that qualifications? The qualifications of being a godparent. Can you lead that child to Christ? Can you be there for their parent? Are you and their parent good enough? Because sometimes you have a good relationship, and then when you lose that relationship, you be like, oh, you can't be their godparent. No, no. It's not about did they go to your baby shower? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. My best friend, I couldn't make it to her baby shower because it was the same weekend of my grandparents' birthday, and my mother had to drive by for them, and I had to be here for that. My mother did not want me to drive by myself because I have epilepsy, and driving that long time by myself, ain't no telling what would have happened. And I was trying my hardest to be there because my other friend that I was supposed to be their child's godparent told me because I couldn't make it to neither one of her baby showers, I couldn't be the child's godparent. Your child done lost out on a great godmother. And that's not that, I'm not even throwing no shade on that. I'm just saying, like, lost out on a great godmother, because I would have sure made sure that he was guided to Christ the right way, which I know she can do it. I know she can do it. She's a great mother. I'm going to lay that out there. She's a great mom. Long as she keep him in church and everything, which she's doing a phenomenal job. First of all, that boy got moved up. He was in kindergarten for like a day, and then they moved him up to the first grade. So that boy is graduating early. Proud. Proud. But do you have those qualifications is the question. So I need y'all to think about that. Do they have the qualifications? If you asking them to be your godparents, do they have the qualifications? It's not about how much money they make. Can they, if your child start, as they get older, they start doing some crazy stuff. Because we all know that them teenagers is going to start doing some crazy stuff. They ain't going to stay sweet their whole entire life. You get special with some of them, but not all of them. So I want you guys to think about that as well. Hope you guys have a phenomenal week. A great week. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys have a great night because it's late. I got to get up at 7 in the morning. Pray for me, Jesus. I love you guys. I hope I inspired you guys. I hope you guys learned something new today. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good night.